Hi guys! So I am getting ready for my interview with the organization that hopefully will give me a service dog, and in preparation for getting myself a service dog, I decided that I needed to go and get the essentials because I haven't owned a dog in a while, pretty much since I joined the military, so it's been a while. My gosh, it's been 10 years since I've had a dog of my own. Anyway, so I decided that especially since it's probably going to be a larger breed that I'm going to be getting and not the little tiny dogs that I had 10 years ago, that I needed a pet bed because that's something that the dog is going to need. Because kennels are nice, but I just don't have the space for one right now, because I pretty much just have like this room as mine, and it's not the largest room. So it's like, okay, I'll get a pet bed because my bed is a twin, and I am already taller than a twin. Trying to have a dog on here on this little tiny bed is not going to work. Pretty much like here's right here is where like the bed is to the wall. That's it. So very tiny bed that I sleep on. So I decided that, I'm gonna get a pet bed, a dog bed for the dog that I'll be getting. Dog beds are expensive. Like large dogs, you're looking at like a minimum of like $30-40 or more. That is ridiculous. So I decided that I was going to make myself a dog bed. So I set out first to get some materials. I decided to go over to the Goodwill, and I was lucky enough, surprisingly, as I was like scouring the area, I found these two little, it's a set of like a dog, like not a dog bed, but a pillowcase, because the inside has like this flap for a pillow. So these are pillowcases, but they're thick, and it's like this like mock suede material, and I liked it. So it's like, you know what, this would be a great base for the bed. There's two, and it came in for one price, which was always great. So I'll sew this together and put a pillow inside. So I went over to Walmart and got myself this huge pillow for like $8 something or other. And then while I was over there, I saw some of these cheaper pillows that were like $2 something. I was like, you know what? Well, that makes some sense for the dog bed. So I got 2 of these, and then I went over to their fabric section because I didn't have enough fabric with the stuff that I got over at Goodwill. So over at the fabric section, I went over to their like trimmings area, and they had some of this fleece, and this piece, I don't even know how big it is, but it was $1.73, so that was great. I don't know where any of my sewing supplies are, so I got myself some thread and some needles, which they put into this stick. So my goal is to make myself a dog bed, well, not myself, my dog, a dog bed, and to be able to take the pillows out. That way I can wash it, which is good. So with that said, let's get started. Alright, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to sew the pillowcases together. I didn't buy like special needles or special thread. I probably should have, admittedly. My needles are falling out. It's great. They don't get stabbed. Right. I don't know how to use the sewing machine. Admittedly, this probably would be millions of times easier with a sewing machine, but I tried to teach myself how to use a sewing machine. It never really worked out, so I'm going to be hand sewing this, so it's going to take me a while. So right now I'm just kind of knotting the thread. I have no idea what type of stitch this is. I might just be making a ton of X's. I don't know. I also don't really care. As long as it stays together, I'm happy. So I decided to put a lot of reinforcement, I should say, along the corner here. So I did a lot of like back stitching or whatever this is, where you do a ton of X's, and now I'm just doing like a regular stitch along the side, and just because I wanted to make sure that, you know, the corners had the work done. So we're gonna go ahead and continue. All right, so I finished the base for now, at least. So this is the open area, that way I can stuff in the pillow. I'm not exactly sure how I want to work this yet. I might make this a little bit smaller, but I'm going to at least work on the sides for now. So, to be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing, so this should be fun. Alright, so I don't know how big this is, which is great. So, right, okay. So, if I get this in half, I will have enough to have 4 sides. So this is going to be a lot smaller than I was expecting. So it's gonna be fun. It's a fun part of not knowing really how much you're getting or anything like that with the scraps, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in half. And then start sewing the ends to the sides. A lot smaller sides than I was wanting. Maybe about that thick and then be all popped up. So interesting. So I'm gonna start on a corner. I'm going to start with the corner that I had just finished, so I'm going to sew this to the bottom here. I think this is a nice color, little combination. Really relaxing and calm. Nothing too flashy, but that's just my personality. I don't like things that are super flashy. So it has now been about 2 hours and 45 minutes into this project here. little bit more. There we go. So I have now finished sewing everything on. Here is the corner here. And before I sew it up, I'm going to fill everything. Something that I learned from the other corner is you want to have some excess. So if you're looking at it from this side, there's excess on this side and excess on this one, which will make it easier to then go ahead and sew up. Of course, this is based on you actually hand sewing. If you're using a sewing machine, I don't know. I tried, I can't. So the other thing too is that the pillow that I have is a Euro pillow. So it's really puffy and it's square. And this is made for more of a standard pillow. So it's gonna be interesting to see if it works. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble these cheaper pillows. That way I can use the filling inside of it. So that way we can fill up the sides. So I find that, pillows have the cheaper filling. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this open. Because a bag full of the regular filling stuff, that was $6 for about the same amount that was in a pillow. And this pillow really, and look at this. Now that's beautifully done. So I'm just gonna tear it apart, and with this amount here, and then stuff it into the opening. But now that that's all done, let's take a look about that ear rope. So I'm gonna do the little tiny things to finish this up, and then I'll show you the final product. La 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 la. And then I'll show you the final product. The finished product. Couple of toys. I decided not to do the sewing on the two edges just because doing the last one was just a pain. But yeah, so it's a nice big fluffy bed for a dog that is a lot more fluffier than the ones that I was seeing online and everything. But yeah, well done.